stronger, more resilient future for our nation. Let us see today's launch not merely as the introduction of a fund, but as the beginning of a renewed social contract, one where we prioritize the welfare of our educators and institutional staff as a cornerstone of national development. I welcome you once again and look forward to the positive transformation this initiative will bring to our tertiary institutions and to Nigeria as a whole. Thank you, and God bless you.
That was the opening remarks of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Mr. Abel Olumuyiwa Enito. Please, let's give him another round of applause. He's a man of quality, and the man who represented him also delivered accordingly. Thank you so much for showing the quality you are made of. At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we'll quickly move into our goodwill messages. Please, for those who will be speaking on behalf of the tertiary institutions, you are requested to speak just for 3 minutes, and we will appreciate if you restrict yourself to the 3 minutes allotted to you. Thank you very much for your readiness to cooperate with us. At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome the Vice Chancellor, University of Jos. Thank you very much. Please, let's encourage him with our applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of Education, permit me to stand on the protocol that has already been established. I stand here to bring a goodwill message on behalf of the entire university sector, on behalf of the Vice Chancellors of Nigerian universities. The Permanent Secretary said you have a lot of names. And indeed, there are so many names that you would have. There's this saying that I want to revert the other way around, the Honorable Minister, which says that to whom much is given, much is expected. But to who give much, more is expected. I want to use this statement, Honorable Minister, to say that you have brought in a lot of transformative and innovative ideas in the Ministry of Education and for the entire education sector. And for us, one of the things that we are looking forward to is to see more of those initiatives and those transformative agenda that you have. And I believe that we have that. On this particular scheme, I can assure you that we are happy, and staff of various universities will actually be happy because my colleagues are standing here. And I'm sure that in most universities, we have a little scheme that we say, housing scheme loan, where we have some small amounts of money within the university to support staff. I can assure you, Honorable Minister, some of this scheme is not more than 200,000 that we give staff. If you see the number of applications that Vice Chancellors receive from staff looking for this fund, it will amaze you. That to the extent that universities cannot even provide that fund. With this, I think that Vice Chancellors and indeed, leaders of tertiary institutions will have a relief with respect to staff looking for such kind of support. This will really go a long way. The PAMSEC said something about the link between quality and welfare of the staff that we look at. In fact, if you look at it across the world, it is when the staff, when academic staff and supporting staff, are well taken care of, that is where you see, the value and the quality of education. So with this, I believe that this will go a long way. We believe it will go a long way in providing that welfare support towards ensuring that we provide the quality education that we desire in this country. Because, of course, it is the education, the quality of education that moves the country forward. If we don't have quality education in any country, that is the reason why we see countries actually been behind. I'm happy with this particular one, and I want to congratulate the team, and particularly the collaboration with the Bank of Industry. This is indeed one aspect to also demonstrate that, that there's need really for synergy between academia, government, and industry. That triple helix is something that we need to really explore more towards ensuring that we have a support. Honorable Minister, another thing I want to just say is that I want to congratulate the team, and especially the platform, because one of the things that I was just holding my breath was that I hope that the platform was not going to collapse. Now that it has not collapsed because of the number of expected this thing, so it's a well congratulations. Thank you very much, and we look forward, Honorable Minister, to more innovative aspects. Particularly, Honorable Minister, sir, when staff take this loan, the next thing we are expecting is that staff will have enough in terms of, well, appropriate in terms of their salaries to be able to pay this loan. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. The toughest thing about very successful people is how to remain in success. I'm very sure more will definitely come. At this point, I would like to invite the Rector of Federal Polytechnic, Aochi, to please step forward. Oh, let's encourage him, please. He's here.
Good morning. Let me join my colleagues in giving the Honorable Minister his own names, because it seems he's actually having so many names, as said by the representative of the Permanent Secretary. But for me, I want to call him a diaspora minister. Reason being that what we are seeing today, and we have been seeing since he assumed office, is actually the replication of what he has experienced over there. He's trying to transform into Nigeria, and we are happy we have you on board. It has never been like this before, when educational sector has been given high priority. We are happy to have you with us, sir. Tibet sector is one of the sectors that suffers most, simply because of inadequate funding of the staff. Sometimes we gather together and say, why students, nail fund, this fund, that fund? Why not staff funds? We are the parents, we are the guardians, we are the teachers. So we keep just dashing out funds without us having anything. So when this thing came up, in fact, I had a meeting with my rectors, and I told my rectors, for the first time ever in Nigerian sector, we have somebody who thought that staffs should have the share of what will promote their research as well as their well-being. Let me, without waste of time, thank the President and Commander-in-Chief for having to bring up somebody who has experienced it all over there to come and replicate it in Nigeria. My minister, the Tibet sector will make good use of these your initiatives, and I can assure you passionately that we are going to make good use of it, and by the time it continues, because what we want is the continuation. It continues, you will see our lives being transformed, our research being transformed, and our developmental activities being transformed. We will stand shoulder high to say, yes, the Nigerian sector under educational minister has been revitalized. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to, at this point, invite the Provost, Federal College of Education, Gideon Madi. If he's not here or his representative, is anybody here representing? Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister, sir, all protocol duly observed. Sir, names have been given to you. To us, sir, as provost, we are still searching for the name that will fit you. In fact, all the names have been given to you, you are above that. I must tell you, sir, your effort is more than one can imagine. You deserve to be commended. It is with immense gratitude and a deep sense of purpose I stand today before you on behalf of Committee of Provost of College of Education in Nigeria. This occasion marks not just the unveiling of a fund, but it marks a renewed commitment to the heartbeat of our tertiary institution, the staff who nurture minds, shape futures, and as well afford the pillars of national development. Sir, you are a bulldozer. A bulldozer, you are a transformative initiator. Tertiary Institution Staff Fund, which is aims to enhance the well-being, financial stability, and professional growth of staff of tertiary institutions in Nigeria. It is designed not just as a welfare, but as employment to ensure that staff can live well, grow professionally, and be able to contribute effectively toward the development of education in Nigeria. We must commend the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, and as well as the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, CON, for this laudable intervention. So your leadership and foresight affirm that education is not just merely a sector, it is the soul of national progress. This initiative is not only timely, but also deeply strategic, as it directly addresses the welfare and capacity of the men and women that are serving in our tertiary institutions in Nigeria. So the launch of Tertiary Institutions Staff Fund is also a bold and visionary step. It signals that the federal government of Nigeria has now recognized the sacrifices, resilience, and unwavering dedication of our academic and non-academic staff in our tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Honorable Sir, it may interest you to know that this gesture is normally practiced, is most part of the developed country in the world. In fact, since when I became a staff of FCT Gome, I have not seen this kind of gesture for the past 30 years. So your effort deserves to be commended. As Provost, we pledge our full support to ensure that this fund is implemented transparently, equitably, and impactfully. Let it be a catalyst for improved morale, professional development, as well as institutional excellence. So let today be remembered as the day we choose to uplift those who uplift others. May this fund grow in strength, in reach, and in legacy. Thank you, and may the spirit of collaboration and progress continue to guide us all. Thank you, sir.
Actually, I allotted 3 minutes, but I saw the mood that we are in a happy mood. So I didn't want to stop him. So let's just be happy. I've been directed to give the Senior Special Assistant to Mr. President on student engagement Honorable Comrade Sunday Ashefo to speak for 3 minutes. Please, let's welcome him, please.
Yeah. The visionary and transformative and proactive, resourceful, reform, the bulldozer of the education sector. To me, and to us in student movement, we'll be looking at Dr. Moruf Alausa from far distance when he was the State's Minister of Health. Yes, to some of us, we were looking at him as a Minister of State that was moving from pole to pillar, from one state to another. And then our comment was, the president has, too good egged in Ministry of Health. So when the president said he wanted to reshuffle the cabinet, and they asked our performing minister to come to education, I'm sure some of the ministry staff or people will say, why somebody who is a medical doctor in the education sector? But today, like everybody has said, now like that, my brother that sang a song, he said, joy is coming. But as you said, the joy is here. Alausa has brought that joy to education sector. Today, Nigerian students are happy. Today, our parents, who are the staff, are happy. Sir, we want to thank you, and we must also thank the MD of Back of Industry for giving this to our parents. Most schools, when a lecturer is facing his own family problem, and it's so difficult for such lecturer to give out his best. But with this loan, we have that confidence that the best that the president wants from our lecturers, we can now see it. And I'm sure the students of this country will continue praying for you, Honorable Minister. And to our parents, to our lecturers, I'm sure by now, this loan is different from that loan that they normally call in Southwest, Bromley Lanta. This is a loan that will give you a rest of mind. And this is a fund that you'll be happy to get. Like the Vice Chancellor of University of Jos has said, we have a lot of staffs who sustain their family with loan in banks. Different banks. But I'm sure with this, like I said, the joy is here. We want to thank you so much, Honorable Minister. The students of this country are happy with you for this. And I can assure you, the student constituency will continue giving you their maximum support. And to all the teachers, our parents, lecturers, the vice chancellors, the provost and rector, I'm sure we can now see the difference in this country. We have a president who listens. We have a president that cares. We have a president that hearts. Every initiative that the minister takes to the president, he approves it. If the president do not approve the initiative, he will not be here. And I want to say it. I do tell people I was in Port Harcourt over the weekend, and I told some of the students that the president is taking hard decision. He's not looking about second time. He said he wants to give us a country that we have already dreamed about. And we have seen it in the education sector. Different initiative. And the rector of our Chief Police said that they are giving students this, they are giving. There is another one coming for students.
So we are your children. And the ministers believe in us because we are the future of this country. We are the pillar of this country. We thank you so much, and we thank all our vice chancellors, our rectors, and provosts for coming. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, they said funds management and disbursement is within the purview of the bankers, and it needs critical thinking. That is where you find the bankers. At this point, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium for a goodwill message the Managing Director, Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasupo Olusi. Please, let's encourage him, please.
Thank you, MC. Good morning, everybody. The Honorable Minister of Education, and of course, the Chief Implementing Officer of Nigeria's dream of education and skills excellence, Dr. Tunji Alausas. The Permanent Secretary, the Federal Ministry of Education, ably represented, the directors and other office holders within the ministry apparatus, the chairman or the chairmen of the National Assembly committees relevant for the occasion, vice chancellors, rectors, provosts, and other leaders from tertiary institutions across the country, the chairman of the board of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Mansour Mokhtar, distinguished guests, esteemed partners, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to stand on already established protocol. It is a pleasure to join you today for the launch of the Tertiary Institutions Staff Support Fund. Today's event represents our shared commitment to the advancement of academic and non-academic staff of our tertiary institutions, the men and the women who stand at the heart of the education system within our country, and by extension, the future of our country. These are the individuals who keep our institutions running, inspire generations of students, and drive innovation and knowledge creation. They shape future leaders, not only through teaching and administration, but also through the values, skills, and guidance they provide every day. By supporting them, we are directly investing in the very foundation upon which Nigeria's youth and skills, growth and development will be built. And as you know, the famous quote that if you want to build a strong nation, you have to start by investing in its education sector. The Bank of Industry is proud to stand as a partner with the Federal Ministry of Education, with TED Fund, and other key stakeholders to make this program a success. We have been entrusted with managing the funds for the program, overseeing the processing, disbursements, and the collection of loans granted under it. This is a responsibility we carry with the highest sense of duty, ensuring the right people receive support at the right time for maximum impact. I want to reassure everyone that the Bank of Industry is committed to delivering this program with integrity, transparency, and speed. The process will be fully automated, as the coordinator said earlier, to be guided by clear and publicly stated criteria, processed on a first-come, first-served basis, and all applications will follow the risk acceptance criteria agreed with the Federal Ministry of Education. Above all, it will be simple, free of bureaucracy, and accessible, so beneficiaries can receive support quickly and confidently. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a strong, well-supported education system produces the skilled professionals and innovators and problem solvers who will drive Nigeria's industrialization in line with the vision of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Once again, I extend my sincere appreciation to the Honorable Minister of Education. Your vision, sir, and determination to make this program possible is highly recognized, and I want to commend all other partners and leaders in our tertiary institutions whose dedication will be essential to the program's success. In closing, to the staff of our universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education, this program is for you. And it is a recognition of your service, your sacrifices, your contribution to national progress. We want you to know that you are valued and that your work matters, and you will have all the support you need to thrive in your roles. As we launch this fund today, let us commit to making it a model of efficiency, integrity, and collaboration. Together, we will deliver lasting impact, strengthen our education sector, and advance Nigeria's journey towards sustainable growth and industrialization. Thank you, and God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, the Managing Director, Backup Industry, Dr. Olashubo Olusi. Please, let's give him another round of applause, please. As we continue in this program, I want to say that a very tall, respectful, very humble gentleman just walked in. And I have been directed to invite the Special Advisor to Mr. President on Media and Public Communication, Mr. Sunday Dare, to please give a goodwill message. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. That's a cool response. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Let me first recognize the Honorable Minister, my own very dear brother. We go back a very long way. Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa. I also see my friend and brother, a former minister. It's a delight to see you. I have quite a number of brothers and friends here. Even the BOI, MD that I just spoke, and everyone else on the front table. Let me say that, and thank you for the opportunity to give this very short remark. I think that, and I believe very strongly that what is happening today is something that has been in the top drawer of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I can say that boldly because in the past administration, proposals relating to a fund like this to support our lecturers and teachers in tertiary institutions had been on the table, but never really saw the light of day. I think by the simple fact of bringing a very dynamic and progressive-oriented person to the Ministry of Education, we have seen this program quickly come to fore. And I know what I'm talking about. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, this came up. It was meant to just support the lecturers as farmers, give them money to have a small farm in the backyard of their home. But we have seen that idea develop further beyond just mere farming, small-scale industry, etc. Let me also say this also fits into the progressive ideals of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you can connect the dots. We are beginning to see those progressive ideals of the president come to light in several of the programs. So if NELFON is taking care of our students, an upward of over 450,000, you cannot also separate the guardians and those that really help the students become what they become. Now we have a fund taking care of our lecturers. We have the credit corps taking care of our civil servants. I can list 7 different progressive-oriented programs of this administration. I'm happy that the education sector is benefiting from this. I know very clearly that the Honorable Minister will do something very soon to make sure that it goes from 10 million it grows to an additional, I don't want to mention a number, but I think that he's going to try to grow the amount that goes to our lecturers so that we can support them. I'm happy about this. On our part, we'll make sure we talk about it, and I'm sure that it's going to run smoothly. When I look at the front here, I see those involved here, a former finance minister, the BOI. Honorable Minister, you're in good company. Thank you, and have a good morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday Dare. I want to believe the representative of the Academic Staff Union is here. Do we have them? Okay. Okay. Representative of non-academic union, do we have any? Oh, please, you can come to the, let's encourage him, please.
Thank you very much. We in the union, we call the minister Comrade Dr. Tunji Alausa. I am Abubakar Aliyu, National Vice President of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University, standing in for my president, who is unavoidably absent. And a very simple message he gave me, that I should say to you that the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria University is not averse to new initiatives like this, and that we'll give it the best of our support, because SANU, as it is a melting pot for professionals. Bursars, registrars are our members. So if they are here for a particular training, it is because they belong to our union. So we have a direct bearing with this. However, let me leverage on the closing statement of the Vice Chancellor of UNIJOS. We hope that staff will be able to pay back. And it is in this regard I want to passionately bring to your notice, the Minister, sir, that improved carrying capacity of the staff is very germane. Those our 2009 agreement where our salaries and allowances are still buried, not negotiated, they need to come up now so that we can have improved salaries and allowances. And as a cushion, those 2-3 months we have salaries, releasing them will also do a very good to us. Let me also speak to TED Fund. Thank God we are in TED Fund. That for us in non-teaching, we are not accessing these funds for any academic training. It's for our daily needs. So make available funds to train also that the skill gap that is provided in the tertiary institution will be closed. With this, I want to thank you very much, sir, and to ensure you that our union will stand by you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar Aliyu. Thank you so much. At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite from the National Assembly, the Chairman, House Committee on University Education, Honorable Abubakar Hassan Fulata. Please, let's welcome our Honorable, please.
The Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, the Permanent Secretary, ably represented by the Director, the SSA to Mr. President on student engagement, the SSA to the President on media and publicity, the Executive Secretary, NUC,
Executive Secretary, MBTE, the Chairman, Board of Directors of Bank of Industry, the MD of Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasupo. Dr. Supo apparently was the former anchor of a project where I was selected as a mentor. That is the UWIN project, where millions of naira was dished out to budding entrepreneurs in Nigeria. So I'm very pleased that you are also in this very good initiative by the Honorable Minister of Education. Vice Chancellor, I can see a lot of people from my constituency, the Vice Chancellors, they are well represented. Good morning to you all. Members also of the intellectual vocation, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Honourable Minister, one of the reasons why I resigned my employment in 1997 as a lecturer in ABU was essentially because while I was educating other people's children, I was increasingly finding it difficult to get my children educated. Secondly, to make things worse, I was given a 4-bedroom apartment. My 2-bedroom apartment was given out to a junior colleague, and I was given a 4-bedroom apartment. And while I went to park into the house, I met an empty house. So I was challenged, how do I furnish that house? I didn't have money, I didn't have anything to furnish that house. Out of desperation, I approached a colleague. Now, instead of encouraging me with some support to buy a furniture, he said, Fulata, what are you doing in that place? Please leave that place. I said, I don't want to leave teaching. He said, you must leave. I thought he was not serious. The next thing, I saw an employment letter from the petroleum industry. That was how I now went and then tendered my resignation. The then sole administrator of ABU now called me, Fulata, why are you leaving? I told him my reasons. He said, but you are being groomed. You are one of those being groomed to take over the administration of the university. I said, thank you, sir, but I cannot, I'm not sure if I can survive up to that time where I'll be in charge of the university. So really, when I saw the issues being addressed by this loan, issues of academic advancement, issues related to medical expenses, issues dealing with family support, issues dealing with and small-scale agri-business initiatives, I became more and more elated. One of the problems of good people is that they don't come immediately when they are needed, but better late than never. Honourable Minister, you are most welcome. We appreciate you for this wonderful initiative that will reduce drastically the rate of attrition in the academia. We are very happy to associate with you and partner with you to advance the cause of the intellectual vocation in our universities. Finally, I hope I hope this progressive administration, our administration, will make the minimum payable salary to an academic staff in the university at least 1 million should be the most minimum payable salary to a graduate assistant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you very much, the Chairman, House Committee on University Education. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have gradually come to the peak of this lunch today. My father once told me that when a man's ways are pleasing to God, he dreams dreams and sees vision. And from my experience of my years on this earth, I know that it takes a very successful personality to lead very successful people. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, from the attestation of many speakers here today, it is evident that the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, CON, is a personality that combines knowledge with integrity. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Honorable Minister for the keynote address.
Thank you. Let me begin by acknowledging the chairman of the House Committee on Tertiary Education, Dr. Abubakar Hassan Fulata. I share your hopes, and I hope we'll bring those hopes to fruition. Our lecturers, our teachers from the foundational education level, they are the one building this, and they're the one building any country. They deserved to be well compensated, respected, and they all deserve to live a better life. And I can assure you, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will give you just that. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the Special Advisor to the President, Mr. Sunday Dare, my dear brother, who is the Special Advisor on Media and Public Communication. Thank you for your friendship, your brotherhood, and all the support that you've given us at the Education Department. Representative of our Permanent Secretary, Mr. Abel Enito, who is engaged at another event that we're hosting today. The Executive Secretary of NUC, is he still here or he left? Yeah. Yesterday was a good day for you. We got a 7-year moratorium on the opening of new federal tertiary institutions. I think the president needs to be applauded on that. Can we give the president a big round of applause? The Executive Secretary of NERDC, representative of the ES of MBTE. And let me also specially acknowledge the former Minister for Finance, Dr. Mansour Mukhtar. Thank you for your service to our country. And also help me thank your younger brother, Abdul Mukhtar, for the excellent work he's doing with our Coordinating Minister for Health, Professor Pate. Special acknowledgement goes to the MD and CEO of Bank of Industry, my younger brother, Dr. Shupo Lucy. From the planning and designing of these tips, it deployed all the resources, both financial and manpower, to get us here. It came personally to each of those meetings. This is what collaboration is all about. In this government of President Bola Tinubu, we're running a one government. Agencies, departments, ministries are collaborating together to deliver the dividend of democracy, which this president promised the 220 million Nigerians, and we're seeing it. Like the SSA to the president said, a leader must be willing to take difficult decisions. Short-term pain, but long-term benefits. And when this president, all the decisions the president is taking, it's for the future of this country. When you have a leader that thinks about your children, your grandchildren, and is taking decisions today for their future, you can be 100% assured that those decisions are the best for this country. So let us give the president a big round of applause. And to our vice chancellors that are here, rectors of our polytechnics and colleges of education. And also let me acknowledge the senior special assistant to the president, Mr. Sunday Asefon, for the active engagement you're giving to our students across the country. We see all your hard work. The bursars and registrars of our tertiary institutions that are here, members of the academic and non-academic staff, unions, directors at the Federal Ministry of Education. I thank you, and let me publicly acknowledge the work, and thank you profusely again for everything you're doing. You're the engine of our transformative agenda. To the people that have worked behind the scene to get us to these days, this Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund, both at the Federal Ministry of Education, the Special Program Office, and Bank of Industry. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to stand before you today to officially launch a landmark initiative that speaks directly to the heart of our commitment to the welfare and professional growth of our nation's tertiary institution workforce, the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund, acronym TIPS. This program is not just a welfare program. It is a strategic empowerment platform designed to give our academic and non-academic staff the financial stability they need to serve our students with renewed dedication and to live with dignity and pride. It is an integral part of President Bola Tinubu's GCFR Renewed Hope Reform Agenda for Education, which places people, our greatest asset, at the center of transforming our educational sector and growing our economy. The Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund is a joint initiative of the Federal Ministry of Education, the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, implemented in partnership with the Bank of Industry. It is a 0% interest loan scheme with a 12-month payment moratorium aimed at enhancing welfare, supporting career development, and promoting financial independence for staff in Nigerian tertiary institutions. The fund responds to economic pressure and professional development gaps faced by our staff. Two TIPS, the Tertiary Institutional Staff Support Fund, beneficiaries will have access to financing medical support, surgeries, emergency care, and even pay for their medications. Family and accommodation support, provide some financial support for you to rent homes, own homes, or buy land, or even to renovate your houses. Transportation support, this fund provides support for you for vehicles purchases, even if you want to buy bikes, tricycle, or for you to convert your car for CNG conversion. Small-scale enterprise. We know several of our academic and non-academic staff. You teach a student, you support a student to be entrepreneurs. We also want to give you this support to do small-scale business as on your free time, not on your official times. When you have your weekend time, when you're free, businesses like poultry, fishing, crop farming, and agro-processing to support the president's agenda on food security for our growing population. Also, to provide academic support, academic advancement, professional certifications, capacity building programs. The Tertiary Institution Fund is open to confirmed full staff academic and non-academic staffs of any federal university, polytechnics, or college, or any of our colleges of education. We also have been careful in diversifying the in this initial phase to get one university, one state university, polytechnic, and college of education in each of the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. The applicants must be at least 5 years, must have at least 5 years before retirement. They must be either they must have memberships of any of our academic or non-academic staff union, like ASU, COESU, SANU, NASU, or NAT. This, so far, with the eligibility criteria for federal tertiary institutions and one state polytechnic, university, and college of education, we have 248 eligible institutions. And you've seen, as was demonstrated by the program coordinator, we have almost 3,000 people that have already applied on the platform. Each eligible staff member can access up to 10 million naira, subject to a cap of 33.3% of their gross annual income. As I said, the loans are interest-free, repayable over 5 years with 12 months moratorium before repayment begins. So if you get this loan today, you won't have to pay anything for 12 months. And please, and I want to use this podium to address every potential beneficiary. This is an interest-free loan. Nobody should ask you to pay anything. And you don't have to. And it's also been carefully designed. You don't need to know the buzzer. You don't need to be friends with you don't need to be family member of the Vice Chancellor to be eligible or to benefit from this. And it's on a first come, first served basis. All you need to do on your phone, it's there. BOA, Bank of Industry, has developed this robust technology platform. Just go there. It will take you less than 5 minutes to register. And please, to our buzzers, please be expeditious in you looking at the, logging in to look at the portal, because we need you to approve the staffs of your various institutions. If you don't approve them or confirm them, we won't be able to go to the next step. And please, let's ensure this is very transparent. Please don't create any roadblock as we move this program forward. And Honorable Sunday there was reading my mind. This is going to be a program that will be sustainable into the future. And we'll work, and with Mr. President, this president believes so much in education, which is the foundation of any society. Everything we've taken to the president, he's always approved it. So if we go back to the president and say, please increase this amount for us, give us more money, I don't have any doubt the president will say yes. But let's do this with integrity. Let's show this president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that we also have connected that dots. So that if he's going to give us more money to make this program bigger, it will be justified that, okay, we'll be justified that we've done our own bit. Please, to our buzzers, you are the one that will be running this at the universities, at our polytechnics, and at our College of Education. please ensure you maintain the highest level of transparency. And if we get any indication that problems are being created for the potential beneficiaries of this program, and we investigate and we find out that issues are happening, there will be consequences. And let me repeat myself, there will be consequences. Applications will be processed through an easy-to-use online platform where staff can fill out a simple form, undergo identity verification, and have their requests vetted by the Bank of Industry. I'm pleased to announce that the portal will be officially open today. As I said, the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund is more than a financial support. It's a workforce transformation tool. By easing financial burden, we expect improvement in staff retention, boost morale, and enhance institutional performance and better student outcome. By empowering our staff to meet personal and professional needs without crippling financial strain, we are indirectly securing the future of our students and the nation's knowledge economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund is a renewed hope in action, a testament that this government, ably led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, listens, understands, and responds to the needs of those who shape the minds of tomorrow. To all eligible staff across our universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education, begin your application today. The opportunity is here to improve your welfare, advance your career, and strengthen our institutions. Let us seize this moment for our professional good, for the stability of our institutions, and for the future of Nigerian education sector. Thank you, Mr. President, for giving us another opportunity in the education sector. And thank you all. So at this point, we would digitally launch the platform. So Bayo, what's next? So.
Announce it and then there will be a countdown.
Okay, so. Three, two, one. So the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund opens at this moment, and we hope we're going to get the first disbursement out in the next few days. Congratulations to academic and non-academic staff of our federal and state tertiary institutions. And to take a word from the rector of the Auchi Polytechnic, the student will get theirs in the next few weeks. That's coming for our students as well. Thank you so much.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Honorable Minister a resounding applause, please. At this point, I want to thank every one of you. In the course of this event, we've been able to share very useful information. And to me, it has been a very successful interaction and a successful launch. Let me, at this point, invite the Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Professor Abdullahi Yusufu Ribadu, to please give our closing remarks, please. Thank you very much. Please, let's encourage him, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, the Chairman, House Committee on Education, the SA, the two SS to the President, Media and Publicity and Students, Directors, Vice Chancellors present, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I was asked to give either a closing remark or a vote of thanks. But I thought, like the minister said, it's vote of thanks. But before that, I want to say one point. The point Honorable Fulata made, we are not fixing a figure, but we are hoping before the one-year moratorium for the one-year payment starts, the salaries or the allowances will also change. Because I just did a calculation for the 10 million divided by 60, 166,666 every month for 5 years. So with a salary of 500,000 as a professor, then you'll be left with 350,000 or so. So this money should be invested. It's not free money. It's not a grant, it's a loan. So I think people should use it wisely, not to go on holidays, but to invest, entrepreneurship. So with that, I want to, first of all, thank God for making this possible, today's occasion possible. And people are giving minister different names. I've been counting. In our culture, when you give a name, you slaughter a cow. So all these names that you are giving the minister, you have to bring the cows. So take note, please. So we want to thank the president for this initiative. This is a very laudable initiative under our the able leadership of our Minister of Education and his team in the ministry. Because the ministry is not working alone. It's not only the minister, but the Minister of Education and the directors, they are all working in cohort. They are all working in agreement and understanding with each other. So we thank the Honorable Minister. We thank the Chairman, House Committee on Education for sparing time. I know yesterday they were busy going around, so many parastatals. They even came to our NUC, and they had to suspend these visitations for this program today. So we thank the Chairman, House Committee. I know the Senate Committee Chair is outside the country. He would have been here, I believe. So we thank the SS to the President, the Executive Secretaries present here on the high table, and on the other side, the Vice Chancellors, the Directors, bursars of different universities. Like the Minister said, the bursars are very fundamental in this because they are the ones to process these payments, and it has to be very open, transparent, and there should be no roadblocks. He mentioned that, and I've taken note of that. There should be no roadblocks. So our host, the TED Fund, I know the ES is presently not here, but his directors are here. For hosting this occasion, we thank you, and we know anytime the ministry or whatever organization within the education sector wants to use this hall, it's open and at no cost, just like our own in NUC. So we want to thank all of you, the Vice Chancellors and everybody for this occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
That was the vote of thanks by the Executive Secretary, NUC. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a photo section before we now take the national anthem, but it's going to take this form. Okay, beautiful. At this point, we want to thank every one of you for your time. It has been a wonderful lunch today. We've been able to share good information, and I'm really very happy that we are all happy. At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may we please rise as we take the national anthem, please.
I am not interested. National anthem.